As most of you know, I've been going through some anxiety, so I thought it would be helpful to go over the tips that I use to manage my anxiety. The first thing I always do is to practice what the nurses at the psych ward called the 4-square breathing method. I inhale as I count to 4, I stop and count to 4, then I exhale, count to 4, and then I count to 4 before I begin this again. It always ceases to amaze me the power of our breath. Just slowing down the breath, being cognizant of deep breathing can alleviate so much anxiety, so much tension inside of us. The second thing that I do is to grab my blankie. For me, the blankie is right here, a medal of St. Therese. I used to carry one in my pocket and in my purse, but my friend Priscilla Warner made me a necklace with my medal of St. Therese, and so I have it here all the time with me. I grab it and clutch it while I say this mantra: I am okay, I am okay. I guess it's the words that my mom always used to say to me when I was a little girl and scared. And just by being the mother to me, repeating, I am okay, helps me get to that safe place. I will also go for a walk outside because I still haven't mastered praying and meditating while sitting still. For me, just to be cognizant of my strides, of my steps, one after the other, while I just think about maybe one word, peace, or love, or joy. It helps me when I'm in that anxious state. It's important to know the enemy. And for people who feel anxious, the enemy is this almond cluster of brain cells called the amygdala. This is the brain, and these two little cherry-type things are the amygdala. I picture my amygdala like this: tentacles of an alien, and that makes me less afraid of her. Anxiety is basically an over-arousal of your nervous system, and we get much of our stimulation through our vision, through our eyes. So an easy way to restore that peace, restore that serenity, is simply to shut our eyes. I've been made very aware of this because my mom has a neurological eye disorder called blepharospasm, which makes her blink all the time. And the only way to really permanently help that is to raise the eyelids, to permanently lift the eyelids. But then she would have to treat her eyes with drops, and she wouldn't be able to have that shut eye that she needs to restore her nervous system. And she said that, living in a state where she wouldn't be able to shut her eyes would be hell, because she relies on that so much to get her serenity, to get her sanity. Sometimes I think that our bodies have memory of being born out of water, because it never ceases to amaze me when after a swim or after a long shower or after a bath, I'm immediately calmed down, not totally, but the level of arousal is so much less. If I can't take the time to go swim or take a shower or a bath, I simply go by the water. We live on a peninsula between Back Creek and Spa Creek, and I'll take the kids over and just be by the water. And finally, I'll listen to music. Back before my Prozac Zoloft days in junior high and high school, music was really my soul therapy. I used to bang out the preludes and tunes of Mozart and Beethoven and Haydn, and they just seemed to stroke that tender part of myself that words couldn't get to. Music still does that today. I haven't had time to really play the piano, but I'm almost always listening to classical music, and it does seem to get to the place where sometimes I don't know what else to.